What if I told you that Iran, yes, modern-day Iran, holds a place not just in political tension, but in the very prophetic blueprint of the Bible? That long before nuclear headlines and modern alliances, Persia, as the Bible calls it, was named, used, and woven into God's redemptive plan. This isn't just history, it's prophecy in motion. After the flood, the earth began again through Noah's sons. From Japheth came Madai, the father of the Medes. Those Medes settled east, and centuries later merged with a rising tribe called the Persians. From this union rose an empire of impossible scale, the Medo-Persian Empire, stretching from the Indus to Egypt, touching every kingdom the Bible named. But here's the mystery. This empire wasn't built to simply conquer, it was built to deliver. Long before Cyrus was born, Isaiah wrote his name. Cyrus, my shepherd, my anointed. Isaiah 44:28 to 45:1. A pagan king outside the covenant was chosen by God to end Israel's exile, defeat Babylon, and rebuild his temple in Jerusalem. Cyrus fulfilled prophecy to the letter, not because he knew God, but because God knew him. Years later, under King Xerxes, another crisis rose. A man named Haman plotted the destruction of every Jew in the Persian Empire. But God had already placed Esther, a Jewish girl, on the throne. In silence, he positioned her. In courage, she acted. Who knows? Mordecai said, if you were made queen for such a time as this. Esther 4:14. And once again, Persia became the unlikely shield that preserved the line of God's people, a people destined to bring forth the Messiah. In Babylon, a prophet named Daniel saw the rise of Persia before it happened, a dream of a statue with silver arms, a vision of a bear raised on one side, a ram with two horns, charging west and north and south. Persia would rise, Persia would dominate, but it wouldn't last. Another beast was coming, Greece, swift and unstoppable. God revealed what kings could not see. Empires are not eternal, only his plan is. And then there's Ezekiel. In chapters 38 and 39, he sees a war still to come. A coalition led by Gog of Magog, joined by Persia, marching toward Israel in the final days. Whether tomorrow or decades from now, the Bible says Persia will return to the stage. But this time, not as deliverer, as opposer. And yet, even in that, God's sovereignty holds. And then, in the New Testament, Persia appears again, this time not as empire, but as wisdom. The Magi who came to worship the infant Jesus, they came from the east, possibly Persian priests, trained in prophecy in the stars. They followed a sign, they found a king, and Persia once again bowed to the plan of God. From Cyrus to Esther, from Daniel to Ezekiel, from Jerusalem to Bethlehem, Persia was never a bystander. It was chosen, used, warned, and still waiting in prophecy. So when we see Iran on the news, we must ask, are we just watching politics, or are we watching prophecy unfold? Because the Bible doesn't just record history, it orchestrates it. And Persia, modern Iran, stands as one of the clearest signs that God is not done. Not with Israel, not with Iran, and not with this world.